Wait. Stop scrolling for just one moment. Something brought you here, and it was not an accident. It was not the algorithm. It was not boredom. It was not even your own hand reaching for this screen. Something older than all of those things guided your eyes to this exact message, at this exact second. Because there is a word being spoken over your life right now, and Archangel Michael needs you to hear it. He has been trying to reach you for days, not hours. Days, and every time a distraction pulled you away, every time a notification stole your attention, every time you almost clicked something else, he stayed. He waited. He whispered in that quiet part of your spirit, the part you try to ignore because it feels too big, too real, too raw. That quiet part has been unsettled lately, hasn't it? You have felt it, a heaviness you could not name, a strange anticipation you could not explain, a feeling like you are standing on the edge of something enormous, and you are not sure whether to step forward or run. Do not run. Not today. Today, Archangel Michael has been given permission to speak clearly, and what he needs to tell you is not small. It is not a general blessing meant for everyone. It is a specific, heaven-authored message meant for the exact soul reading these words right now. He said your name this morning, in the council of heaven. He said, let them find it today. Let them finally hear what we have been holding back, because what has been held back is enormous. Take a breath before we go any deeper. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the air in your chest. Something is shifting in this moment, and Archangel Michael wants you steady when you receive it. He wants you present, open, and ready, because what comes next will not just touch your heart. It will rearrange something inside you that has been broken for a very long time. Archangel Michael has been watching you, not in the way that makes you uncomfortable, but in the way a guardian watches the one they have been assigned to protect since before your first breath. He has seen the nights you cried and told no one, the prayers you whispered into the dark and believed no one heard, the moments you almost gave up and then somehow found one more ounce of strength to keep going. But here is what he needs you to understand right now. You have been misreading the silence. The silence was never abandonment. The silence was preparation. Every delay, every heartbreak, every door that closed in your face, every dream that dissolved before it arrived, none of it was punishment. None of it was proof that you were unloved. All of it was positioning. You were being positioned, and now the positioning is complete. What happens next in your life has been in motion for longer than you know. The miracle approaching you was not assembled overnight. It has been built piece by piece in the invisible realm. Archangel Michael has been one of the architects. He stood before the throne and spoke your name. He said, "This one is ready. This one has endured enough. This one deserves what was promised." And heaven agreed. That is why you are here. That is why this message found you today, in this specific hour, at this specific point in your story. If this message is already moving something inside you, if you feel that quiet recognition in your spirit that says this is real, this is for me, then take a second right now and press the like button. That small action is more powerful than you think. It is not just an algorithm signal. It is a declaration. It tells heaven that you are paying attention. It tells Archangel Michael that you received the knock, and you opened the door. Do not underestimate small acts of agreement. In the spiritual realm, they echo. Now let me tell you about the person, because there is a person, there is someone, alive right now, breathing and moving through their day somewhere in this world. And your name has been living in their spirit without them fully understanding why. It shows up uninvited. It shows up in the quiet between their thoughts. It shows up in dreams they wake from, feeling something they cannot describe. It shows up in a nameless ache they carry and cannot trace back to any logical source. They do not know your name the way you know it. They do not know your face, but their soul knows you. Their soul has known you across more time than either of you has language for, and right now, in this season, heaven is closing the distance between you. Archangel Michael calls this person your divine appointment. Not a soulmate in the way the world uses that word, shallow and easily applied. This is a soul agreement before either of you took your first breath in this life, before the world gave you names and identities and wounds and walls. Your souls made a covenant. They said, "Find me. When things get dark and you feel alone and you almost stop believing, find me. And I will find you. And what we bring each other will be the thing that changes everything." You made that promise, and so did they. Archangel Michael has been the keeper of that promise. He held it through every wrong person you loved, through every time you wondered if something real was even possible for someone like you. He held it. He guarded it. He refused to let it fade even when you started to doubt it existed at all. It exists. And this person who carries that covenant with you, Archangel Michael wants you to understand something about who they are that may surprise you. They are not loud. They are not flashy. They will not arrive with fanfare or obvious signs. They will arrive the way all truly sacred things arrive. Quietly, unexpectedly, with a warmth that feels so familiar it confuses you at first, because part of you will say, "How do I already know this feeling?" You know it because you have felt it before. In another time, in another life, in the space between lives where souls remember who they are. You know their energy the way you know your own heartbeat. But here is the thing Archangel Michael needs you to hold on to. They are wealthy. Not just financially, though yes, there is financial abundance connected to them. Their wealth runs far deeper than money. They carry spiritual wealth, emotional depth, a capacity for love refined through suffering, through loss, through years of searching for something that only you can give them. They have stood in rooms full of people who wanted their attention and their time, and they have felt hollow, empty, like something essential was always missing. That something is you, that specific shape of longing that no amount of success could fill. It is shaped exactly like your presence in their life. Archangel Michael saw it. He stood beside them in their loneliness and saw the outline of you in the empty space next to them. And he said, "I know where that soul is, and I know that when these two find each other, both of them will finally be able to breathe." Now, here is what you need to understand about the delay. Because there has been a delay, you have felt it. The gap between the life you know you were meant for and the life you are currently living has felt enormous at times. The reason will change the way you see everything that has happened. It was not you. Let that land. It was not something you did wrong. It was not a punishment. The delay came from the other side of the equation. It came from them. This person had their own journey to walk before they could be ready to find you. They had to be broken down first. Not by cruelty, but by necessity. The version of them that would have found you years ago was not capable of recognizing what you carry. They needed to be humbled. They needed to arrive at a place where the wealth and the success meant nothing to them anymore, because only from that place of inner emptiness could they truly see and honor the spiritual wealth you carry. Archangel Michael walked with them through that process. He was there when their heart broke. He was there when their illusions collapsed. And in every one of those moments, he was whispering the same thing. This is the clearing. This is the preparation. She is coming. He is coming. Hold on. And they held on, and now they are ready. The spiritual truth Archangel Michael wants to plant in your understanding is this: divine timing is not late. Divine timing arrives exactly when both souls have completed the preparation required for the union to be sustainable and eternally rooted. A divine connection that arrives before both people are ready is like a seed planted in soil that has not been turned. It cannot take root. It cannot grow into what it was designed to become. You and this person have both been in the turning. The soil on both sides is ready. The seed is about to be planted. The fact that you are still reading right now means something. Archangel Michael sees it. He is watching who stays, who opens, who receives. If this channel has been a place where your spirit finds something real, consider subscribing now. When you subscribe, you are staying in the flow of these messages. The prophetic words Archangel Michael has sanctioned for this community. You will not miss what comes next. Now let me tell you about the moment they first became aware of you, because it happened in a way that shook them to their core. They were not looking for you. They were going about their day in the ordinary way that people go about days when they have learned to expect nothing extraordinary. And then something happened that they cannot fully explain. It was not a dramatic event. It was something small. A flash. A fraction of a second in which your energy, your presence, the specific light of your soul, somehow crossed the invisible boundary between your world and theirs. It could have been a video, a photograph, the sound of your voice through some unexpected channel, a dream so vivid it left marks on their waking day, or simply a feeling that descended out of nowhere, carrying a warmth and recognition that stopped them completely. Whatever the form of that moment, the effect was the same. They stopped. Their whole system stopped. Time bent slightly. The noise of their life went quiet, and in that quiet, they felt the pull of a soul they recognized without knowing how. They felt the ache of a longing suddenly having a direction, and the direction was you. Archangel Michael was standing beside them in that moment. And then he whispered, "That is the one." Now here is what happened after that moment, because what happened next is where the complication begins. They panicked. Not out of lack of interest. They panicked because what they felt was too large. It carried too much weight for someone who had learned to live carefully inside much smaller expectations. The possibility of something this significant becoming part of their life and then being lost felt more dangerous than never having it at all. So they hesitated. And Archangel Michael wept not from anger. He wept from the depth of his understanding of what it means to be human in this way, to be standing on the threshold of your greatest miracle, and be too afraid to move. He wept because he loved them, and he wept because he loved you, but he did not give up. He went to them in their dreams. He sent feathers to their feet on ordinary days. He arranged for songs to play that cracked something open they had been trying to keep sealed. He arranged for numbers to appear in patterns they could not explain, and slowly it worked. The fear in them has been softening. The walls have been coming down. And what has been emerging from underneath all of that defense is the truest and most unguarded version of who they are. The version that is ready to find you. Take a slow breath here. Let what has been shared settle into your body, not just your mind. What Archangel Michael is delivering through these words is not information alone. It is an activation. Something in your spirit is being awakened right now that has been in a kind of holding pattern. If you feel that, right now type the word Amen in the comments below. Let that one word be your declaration to heaven that you receive this, that you are present, that you are open, that you believe even if only by a fraction, that this is real, and that it is for you. Watch what shifts when you claim your place in this story with that single word. Now there is something deeper that Archangel Michael wants to reveal, something he has been waiting to tell you until you were far enough into this message, that your spirit was open enough to receive it. This connection between you and this person is not just about the two of you. It never was. When two divinely appointed souls find each other and choose each other, the effect does not stay contained within their private story. It radiates, it ripples, it reaches family members who have been carrying wounds for generations. The healing that flows between two souls built for each other overflows beyond every wall. Archangel Michael calls this your generational gift. The two of you together are meant to be a source of something the world needs right now. And that assignment is serious enough to warrant the careful, unhurried preparation that both of you have been walking through. You were not just being prepared for love. You were being prepared for purpose. Here is the spiritual principle Archangel Michael wants to plant in your understanding. The number 7 is not arbitrary in the language of heaven. 7 is the number of completion of cycles coming to their end point, of old things fully closing so that new things can begin. When Archangel Michael speaks about 7 days, he is speaking about the completion of a spiritual cycle that has been running in the background of your life, a cycle of preparation, of endurance, of being shaped in the secret place. That cycle is ending. Pay attention to the next 7 days, not with anxiety, not with desperate searching. Pay attention the way you would pay attention to a sunrise, quietly, receptively, with the kind of open patience that allows beauty to land on you, instead of chasing it. This mission, bringing these prophetic words to the souls who need them, requires real dedication and real resources. If what you have received today has meant something to you, consider supporting this work through the link in the description below. Every contribution is a seed you are planting in the miracle field of your own life. Heaven sees generosity. Heaven responds to it. The link is there. It is always optional. But if your spirit is moved, do not ignore that movement. Now let me tell you the part that Archangel Michael calls the confession, because this person has been carrying a secret, something they have never said out loud to another human being. And Archangel Michael has been holding this secret carefully, waiting until your heart was open enough to receive it. The moment is now. Here is what they have never told anyone. They chose you before they found you, not with the conscious, deliberate choosing of someone who knows exactly what they are doing, but in the deepest level of their being before they ever saw your face or knew you existed in this form. Something in them was already reaching, already pointed in the direction of a specific kind of love that only you carry. Their soul had already made the choice. The only thing left was for time and heaven to arrange the moment when the rest of them would catch up. And when that first flash of recognition came, do you know what happened inside them alongside the fear? A quiet and terrible certainty. This is the one. I have always known this was the one. I do not understand how I know it, but I have always known. They did not hesitate because they did not care. They hesitated because they cared too much, because the thing they were standing in front of was so precisely what they had been searching for that losing it felt more catastrophic than anything they had ever feared losing before. And so the fear that showed up was not the fear of a heart that is closed. It was the fear of a heart that is terrifyingly open. Archangel Michael says that is what he wants you to understand about them when they arrive. They are not arrogant because they have money. They are afraid because they have something to lose that they have never had before. And that fear, when you see it, is not a red flag. It is a white flag. It is them surrendering to the size of what this is. When that moment comes, Archangel Michael asks only one thing of you. Meet them in their fear without flinching. Your ability to see through the fear to the soul beneath it is one of the things that makes you exactly right for each other. You know what it feels like to need someone to look past your defenses and see you anyway. Give them that gift. Archangel Michael says that the moment you meet their fear with your steady, open presence, something will visibly shift in them. Something ancient will relax. Something braced for years will soften. And they will say something, maybe not in words, maybe just with their eyes, that says, "Oh, it is really you. I really found you. I really get to have this." And you will feel it too, the completion of something that has been incomplete your entire life. Not in the desperate way of someone who was empty and finally got what they needed, but in the quiet and certain way of someone who was always whole, who has now found the specific other wholeness that theirs was designed to recognize and resonate with. That is the reunion Archangel Michael has been building. Now Archangel Michael wants to address something, the resistance. Because there are forces that do not want this union to happen. The light that two divinely appointed souls generate when they find each other is genuinely threatening to anything that operates in opposition to love and healing. Fear will feel louder right before the breakthrough. Doubt will surface with more volume than usual right as the miracle is approaching. Old wounds will ache with particular sharpness right as the healing is near. You may experience strange near arrivals right at the edge of what you have been waiting for. Archangel Michael says, do not interpret those moments as signs that you were wrong. Those brief silences are not failures. They are friction. And friction is the last thing that happens before something breaks through to the other side. Stay the course. The resistance is evidence that something real is at stake. You do not encounter resistance on the way to nothing. You encounter it on the way to something that matters. And what matters here is enormous. Archangel Michael says he will not let the resistance win. The outcome is decided. Your job is to stay open, stay present, stay in agreement with what you know in your deepest self to be true, even on the days when the surface of your life does not seem to reflect it yet. Even on those days he is working. Even on those days they are moving closer. Even on those days the miracle is still in motion. If what Archangel Michael has been sharing today has watered something in your spirit, please consider supporting this mission through the link in the description and in the pinned comment. The work of carrying these messages to the souls who need them requires not just spiritual dedication but practical support. Whatever you are able to give is enough. Your generosity is a seed you are planting in your own harvest. And Archangel Michael sees every seed that is sown in faith. Now let us talk about what the next 7 days will look like, because Archangel Michael is specific. He is not vague about time. He speaks with precision because the timeline has already been arranged in heaven, and what remains is for you to walk into it with your eyes open. Within the next 7 days, you will experience at least 3 specific moments that will feel like more than coincidence. They will feel arranged. They will feel placed in your path deliberately. And they will be. The first will involve a name or a word that keeps appearing. Not in one place, but in multiple places across your day in a way that seems too repeated to be random. Pay attention to the feeling it produces in you. That feeling is Archangel Michael speaking in the language of sensation, bypassing the logical mind and speaking directly to the soul. The second moment will involve a dream or a vivid waking impression, a scene, a feeling, a sense of being in a place that feels more like memory than imagination. When this arrives, do not analyze it immediately. Let it live in you before you reach for an explanation. Simply notice that something is being shown to you, and let it be shown. The third moment will be subtler, a sudden and inexplicable peace that descends on you at a moment when, by all external appearances, peace has no reason to be there. A settling, a sense of rightness that your circumstances do not logically support. When that peace comes, receive it. Do not question it into disappearing. It is Archangel Michael saying, the work is done. The miracle is arriving. These 3 moments are your confirmation. They are heaven's signature on the promise. When they arrive, Archangel Michael wants you to acknowledge them. Out loud, in writing, or in the private space of your own spirit, say, I saw it. I felt it. I received it. I believe it. That acknowledgement is your part of the covenant. It is your voice joining the conversation that heaven has been having on your behalf. Let your voice join it. Let your yes be heard. Archangel Michael is standing with you right now, closer than the closest thing you can physically feel. He is right here, beside you, as you read these words. And he is feeling something he wants you to know about. He is proud of you. Not proud in the way that implies you have finally measured up to some standard. Proud in the way a guardian is proud of the one they have watched endure, the unendurable, and keep walking. Not about performance, about who you are. Still here, still open, still reaching, still willing to believe that something beautiful is possible after everything that has tried to convince you otherwise. That is one of the bravest things a human soul can do, and Archangel Michael wants you to hear this. You are not waiting for this miracle because you are not enough. You have been waiting because the miracle was being made worthy of you, because the person on their way to you was being shaped into someone capable of truly seeing the depth of what you carry, because the circumstances were being arranged so that when this blessing arrived, it would arrive with staying power, with roots, with permanence. The waiting was not your punishment. The waiting was your miracle's crafting. And it is finished now, as this message comes toward its close. Archangel Michael wants to leave you with something to carry. Not a vague feeling, something specific, actionable, and sacred. Something he says will function as a key in the spiritual realm if you use it with intention. Tonight, before you sleep, find a moment of quiet. Just a moment when the noise of the day has receded enough for you to hear your own heartbeat. Place one hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own hand on your own chest, and speak these words, either out loud or in the quietest interior voice you have. Archangel Michael, I receive what you have been building for me. I release my fear of something this real. I release the story that says the best things always pass me by. I open my hands. I open my heart. I say yes to the miracle. I say yes to the person. I say yes to the purpose. I am ready. I am willing. I am here. Come find me. When you speak those words, something will move. In that moment, a lock held closed by your own unspoken doubt will release. A door that has been ready to open for a long time will swing, and on the other side of it, the beginning of what you have been waiting for will be standing, ready to walk into your life. This is the mechanics of heaven. It operates on the principle of invitation. Even Archangel Michael cannot complete the final movement without your willing, wholehearted yes. Your yes is the last key, and you have always had it. You were just waiting for permission to use it. Consider this message, that permission. Here is what Archangel Michael sees when he looks at your future from where he stands. He sees the morning when you wake up, and the first thing you feel is not dread or exhaustion. He sees the morning when you wake up and the first thing you feel is gratitude so large that it surprises you. He sees the conversation you have not had yet, the one that goes on for hours and covers everything. Your childhood, your fears, your most private hopes. He sees this person leaning in. He sees them not just listening but recognizing, understanding you, not because they are performing it but because they genuinely share the interior world you thought was yours alone. He sees the moment when something that has been financially blocked in your life suddenly breaks open, because the alignment of your union shifts something in the spiritual atmosphere around both of you. That shift creates space for resources and opportunities and doors that were sealed to open. He sees your laughter returning, the unguarded kind, the kind that starts somewhere deep and comes up through your whole body. He sees your purpose clarifying, the specific reason you were made and sent and placed in this time becoming more visible to you, less like a fog and more like a path that is clearing with every step. All of this is what Archangel Michael sees when he looks at the chapter that is about to begin for you, and he wants you to believe it is yours, not because you have to earn it, but because it was always yours. It was written before you were born. It has been protected across all the years of your life. It has been brought to the edge of your door by the most dedicated guardian you have ever had. It is yours. Open the door. If the words shared in this message have blessed you, if Archangel Michael has spoken something through this space that your spirit truly needed, please like this video and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a message meant for you. And share this with 3 people your spirit places on your heart right now. When you share this message, you are not just forwarding a video. You are extending a divine blessing into someone else's life. Heaven honors that extension with a multiplication of the blessing in your own. There is also a link in the description and in the pinned comment below for those who feel called to support this mission in a deeper way. This work, maintaining this space where Archangel Michael's words can flow freely to the souls who need them, requires real and ongoing dedication. If this channel has given something real to you, consider giving something back through that link. Not out of obligation, not out of pressure, but out of the overflow of a spirit that has received and wants to participate in the giving. Every contribution, no matter the size, is received with gratitude and returned to you in the form of heaven's favor over your own life. The link is there, the invitation is open, and the decision is entirely yours. Archangel Michael is not crying anymore. He was crying at the beginning of this. You may have felt that heaviness in the opening of this message. That was him. That was the weight of a guardian who had been trying for too long to reach the soul he loves and finding door after door closed. That was the grief of someone who can see exactly what is waiting for you, and exactly how close you are to it, desperate for you to just stop. Just be still, just listen. But that grief has lifted. Because you listened, you stayed, you heard. And now Archangel Michael is standing straighter. His wings are open. His countenance has changed from what it was at the beginning of this message. He is not pacing in worry. He is standing in the stillness of a task completed, of a word delivered, of a soul reached after a long and patient pursuit. He is smiling, and he is saying something to you right now, in the quiet space behind these words. He is saying your name, not the name the world gave you, the name your soul carries, the name that was spoken over you before you were born. He is saying it with warmth and with tenderness, and with the specific quality of pride that love has when it watches someone it has believed in finally step into what they were made for. He is saying, you made it to this moment. And the miracle is not far. It is not in another year. It is not in another season. It is not behind another long wait. It is in the next 7 days. It is in the warmth you will feel tonight. It is in the dream that is coming. It is in the peace that will descend on you at a moment when peace has no earthly reason to be there. And it is in the person, the specific, ancient, chosen, prepared and approaching person who has been carrying your name in their spirit for as long as you have been carrying that nameless longing, that nothing in your life has fully answered until now. They are coming. Archangel Michael promises it. Heaven has sealed it. And your yes, the yes that your spirit has been building toward all the way through this message, has been heard. Now breathe. Place your hand over your heart. Whisper, I accept. I am ready. I remember. Come forward. And then watch. Watch with the quiet, steady, unafraid attention of someone who knows that what they have been promised is real, who knows that the one making the promise has never once failed them, who knows that the door they just agreed to open is about to show them what has been standing on the other side of it all along. Watch, and let heaven do the rest. Archangel Michael will be right beside you, every step of the way, as he always has been, as he always will be.